What's up, guys? Today we're doing a soft plastic versus hard plastic bass fishing video. We're in my pond that I fished in one of my previous videos that actually has the second best amount of views. I understand why, because this pond is loaded with bass. They've probably gotten bigger because I haven't fished this pond in such a long time. But if you're wondering how this challenge is going to work, let's explain the rules. Let's go. Let's go ahead and explain the rules. So these are soft plastics. These are hard plastics, obviously. And this is how it's going to work. We're going to have a 30-minute timer on. You can catch you can only catch 3 bass. So if that 30-minute timer ends, or if you catch 3 bass before that 30-minute timer ends, then you're done. Soft plastic, if I was using soft plastics, I caught 3 bass before the timer ends. Soft plastic is done. We're going to start a new timer, and then hard plastic is going to go. So you can use as many lures as you want. You can use 5, use 3 lures. Does not matter. Your amount total of fish you can catch is 3. So yeah, let's go get started. Guys, one more thing I forgot to say. How you win the challenge, like how soft plastic or hard plastic would win the challenge, is by weight. So whoever catches the biggest bass out of those 3 bass they catch, or 2 bass, whatever amount of bass they catch, biggest weight wins. Also, if we catch a bass that's bigger than 2 pounds in this pond, we will be going to another pond, which I caught a 3-pound bass, which we didn't even know there was bass in there. And I'll fish that some just for fun if we catch a bass that's bigger than 2 pounds. So keep that in your mind for this video. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, soft plastic is going to go first. We have a dark and light green mix craw. Weightless, by the way. Weightless craw, no weight. And we're going to go ahead and get the timer out. Alright guys, we got the timer. Let's go ahead and start 30 minutes. There we go. 30 minutes started. Let's go ahead and start getting fishing. Guys, we're going to move down to the creek because that's the best area to fish for bass. All of them like to hang out down there. So we're going to go ahead and skip down there. Let's go. Alright guys, we are here. This is the best spot. I'm telling you, there is so much bass back here. Alright guys, I went ahead and put a weight on there. Alright guys, surprisingly, they're actually not even biting, but I didn't try the big part of the tank, like the main part, you know. So I think we're going to go over there and try that. But normally, I don't catch a lot of fish that area, but since it's pretty cold, they might have moved towards that middle area to go deeper. We got one. We got one. Attaboy. Come up here. This bass is long. He is healthy. Let's go ahead and turn the scale on. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this on his lip so we can get him on his way out of here. Whoops. Let's go. £1.02. Beautiful fish, though. I just want to say that. I mean, for real, though. That's a good fish. I don't know how. I feel like it's bigger than a pound, but it does feel light. Oh, my. I will say that water is pretty freezing, so not surprised that fish is freezing. All right, guys. See, that's how you do it. Always respect the fish, too. So get the hook out fast, weigh him fast, put him in fast. And, well, don't put him in fast, but put your hand in the water with the fish so he can swim off. Don't just throw it in the water. So that's one fish on the board with the crawfish. I could keep using the crawfish, but I want to switch to a shaky head with the pink worm, which I've never caught a fish on a pink worm, but let's try it. All right, guys, we have the pink worm with the shaky head. Basically, what the shaky head does is it sits on the bottom and makes your worm kind of float up like this, and it kind of like moves it on the bottom. So we're going to try that. Same spot. Seems to be a lot of bass in this area. Let's get started. Alright guys, I just snapped off on a big stick in the water. So we're going to change the lure and put something else on. Alright guys, we just tied on a swim bait. I wish I had my white ones, but all I have is this green. So we're just going to use this green in this water. Let's get started. Always want a big one. Let's go. On the swim bait. Let's go. go. Alright guys, I can already tell this one isn't as big as the other one, but it's still a nice fish. So let's go ahead and release them. Got me soaked. Water's cold. Alright guys, that one's not as big, but that's 2 fish. We can catch one more. We'll figure out what bait we're going to use when we get to the bait selection. Alright guys, I tied on a weighted, whatever this is, I'm going to call it, I think it's like a bomb bait or something like that. We have, hold on, 15 minutes left basically. So we got 15 minutes left to go catch us another fish. So far it's like a pound 02, I think. So hopefully we can catch a bigger one. Alright guys, we just got the next lure tied on. We're switching to my light setup. I'll use it for crappie because we're going to be throwing this little lure. I want to try to throw this and try to catch a bass. We have 8 minutes left. Let's get started. Got a good one. I don't know what, it was a bass, it's a bass. Oh my. I have to help this guy out. Get in. No, we're good. Oh my. Come on. Hey! This guy also isn't as big as the first one, I could tell, but that is a nice one. We keep hooking them perfect. Right up here. It's going to pop it out. We popped it out. Look at that. That is a beautiful bass. All right, let's go ahead and release them. Not as big as my first one, but that's a good sized bass. I'll keep him. Oh, there he goes. And the big part too. Look, this is the big part of the pond. Let's go. All right, guys. So now that we're done with soft plastic side, I think the biggest fish was 0.02. We'll look back into that at the end of the video if we catch some fish on hard plastics. We're gonna start on another small lure, just because we caught a fish pretty fast on the other small lure, so I'm gonna try it again. So we're gonna be trying this for hard plastic. It's kind of like a spoon, kind of. Or never mind, we're gonna be trying this, the miniature crankbait. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, we got the crankbait tied on. We're going to start another 30-minute timer. Also, we still had 3 minutes to spare on the other timer because we caught our 3 fish before the timer ended. So I think we're going to start in the big opening again just because I caught that fish really fast. So let's get over there. So that was not supposed to happen. Let me reel my pole back in. Put this back on there. Must have been loose. Dang it. Nothing is on there. On another one. We're on another one. Let's go. It's a bluegill. Thankfully, we did not catch that because we do not need a bluegill right now. That'd probably not weigh a lot. But I did see it a little. Don't know if y'all did. Caught a bluegill on it. I actually did catch a bluegill on this at my other lake I fish. On this little crankbait. We're going to switch lures. Not having much luck. And I definitely do not want to catch a bluegill. Alright guys, we chose the shad colored chatterbait. I've never used a chatterbait in here because the fish had never been big enough to use it in here, but now I think they are. So we're going to try the chatterbait, see if we can catch one in here. We moved to the more open area so I can cast a lot farther. Alright, we're going to change lures because they don't want the chatterbait right now. Alright guys, I'm using a lure I don't use a lot. We're going to use this little glide bait. I think I have some bigger ones, but I need to use the little ones because obviously these bass in here aren't that big, obviously. But they are a good size. Like when we put them in, they're probably as big as our finger. So they are big. They're just not like huge that I use like glide baits for. So I'm going to try to use this little glide bait. Also, just to show how clear this water is, watch. Don't know if you can see it that well in video. Let me sink a little more. Like you could just see it so well in the water. Alright guys, we're snagged again. Probably gonna snap off again. I don't want to, but oh my gosh, this line's tough. There it goes. Alright guys, I honestly don't know what lure to use right now for hard plastic. We have 14 minutes left. I'm just gonna keep looking, and when I come up with which lure I'm gonna use, I'll push play on the video. I think we have to go back to the mini crankbait because I just don't want to use huge lures because it's harder for these fish to eat them. Guys, we're back on the light combo because we're using the little crankbait. I think this is going to be our last hope for hard plastics, because I also didn't bring a ton of hard plastics, because I use a lot of soft plastics in here, because that's what works the best. So we're going to try mini crankbait. We're moving back down to this creek. Uh-oh. Guys, just check. We got 6 minutes left. Not looking good for hard plastics, but maybe we can lock in. Alright guys, we don't have much time left. We're using the same thing. We just moved down to the side of the creek to see if I can get something. Alright guys, we are running out of time. 7 seconds left. Let's go hurry. Let's hurry and get our last cast in. Oh my. That is a terrible last cast. Maybe we can land the sucker in the water and not lose this lure. Alright guys, somehow I end up getting the lure back, but now we're having to do the walk of shame right now, back to where we started. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of sticks. Back to where we started. We're doing the walk of shame right now. This actually sucks. Alright guys, so Soft Plastic won. They caught 3 fish, which isn't how you win, but they did win by pound, .02, because Hard Plastic didn't catch any fish, which kind of sucks, but we did catch a lot of fish with Soft Plastic, so very happy about that. We are going to go to the other tank right now, just to go fishing some, even though I didn't catch one 2 pounds or over, but we're still going to fish it, so stick to the video to watch that. I'll post some clips if I catch any fish. Alright guys, now we're at the other pond that I caught a pretty big bass before. Here it is. We're going to start fishing it. Alright guys, we're going to start with this lure. Caught fish pretty fast with the swim bait. Let's try it. We're just going to cast out in the middle first. We're going to change to a white chatterbait. Got the white chatterdonk on. Let's go ahead and make some casts over here. If we need to move to a different side, we will. We're going to try to make our way over there. That's where I caught the bass last time. Try to catch on a crankbait this time. If I can get through this mud without getting bit by a snake. Alright, this is the spot where I caught the bass. We're going to try to catch the bass over here again. Getting no bites with the chatterbait, so we're going to switch to what I always catch bass on in these ponds. A weighted craw. That's a good size one. Alright guys, hold on guys. There we go guys, in the other tank. That is a beautiful fish. Let's watch her get released. There he goes. That was only like my 3rd cast, guys, so that is amazing. Alright guys, that was a very nice fish. That's probably bigger. Yeah, that was bigger than the ones caught in the tank. So just on the, also one of the claws got ripped off. That was a nice bass, bro. I'm so happy. Let's see if we can catch another one. I'm just throwing right here on the sides. Guys, is that an albino minnow right there? Like, it's hard to see in the camera, but it's white. Like, if you can see the other ones, they don't look like that. That is very weird. Guys, we didn't catch any more fish over here. We're going to move over there and try to throw along that side. Alright, we're almost there. It's right over here, so I can throw along the sides, if I can. I don't even know if I'll be able to. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. We caught some nice bass. That was probably 1.5 to 2 pounds. It's a nice bass, and that was not the one I caught last time. So there are multiple bass in here. We need to come back here and make another bass fishing challenge, but in this pond. Maybe we have 3, so maybe we'll do one for all the ponds. Maybe we'll make a bass fishing challenge with all 3 ponds. I don't know. We'll have to see next video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Peace.